All right, let's go ahead and start. Thank you for joining us, Diane.
Thanks for having me. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to come to you and talk to you about Country Dream Makers. It's my little business that I have out here in the country near Fremont, Nebraska. And I guess I got started with spinning. I saw it in college when well, my name is Diane Boehm. I am with Country Dream Makers. And I was a textile major, home ec and communication actually. And so I had a class called textiles. And they had, when they were talking about natural textiles, they had a spinner come in and do the demonstration, and I was mesmerized. And I knew that was something I wanted to do. And so instead of doing it when I was young and single and had time, I waited until I was a busy mom with 3 young kids and kind of just got started looking online. And then I found a couple of spinners at the state fair, and that was in August of 2000. And I've been busy doing it ever since. And the very first fiber festival that I got to go to, I bought a rabbit and a French Angora buck. And so that's kind of how my love with the Angora got started. And I've had sheep and llama and alpaca, but I've kind of just always have had the rabbits, and I'm back to just the rabbits now. So that's kind of my specialty, are Angora. And I do have a barn full of them that keep me busy. And I love every one of them. They all have names, and they all get their special little loves and kisses and stuff every day. So what I like to do is, I harvest the rabbits, and I have kind of a combination. Some of them are Germans and giants that need to be clipped. They grow it as long as I want it to, and then I clip them. And then I have some that molt, or they shed naturally, just like your dog and cats do, heavily in the spring and the fall, but a little bit all the time, where I just comb, and harvest it by plucking. And so that would be fiber and clip. So I have both plucked and clipped. And so I have all the natural fibers, all natural colors of the bunnies. And so I have the little gold ribbon is all plucked. And then the little silver ribbons are clipped. And this is all 1 ounce, 1 ounce of raw fiber. It hasn't been washed, it's right off of the bunny. They're very clean. They groom themselves like cats. So it might have a little bit of a natural smell to it, but it's not funky. And if I do get some, every now and then we'll have the bucks, when they're young, they'll go through a stage, we call it the yucky bucky stage. And I always wash that before I use it. So we start with the fiber, and I just give it a little comb, and then I spin. And then I'll make my yarns. And this is 1 ounce, approximately 1 ounce, 100 yards of 100% Angora. And this is from a doe named Soshi. And so that's her natural color. And I sell the yarn. Oh, I guess I should go back and talk about the fiber. The plucked fiber is regularly $12 an ounce, but until the end of the month for North Country Fiber Fair and all of the people on, I have it marked down to $10 an ounce. So that'll be available until the end of the month at $10 an ounce. And you'll be able to see in the show notes in the chat the link to my business, where you can just go there if you want to buy it. We are just getting it up and going. So I don't have all of the kinks worked out. So if there's a color you're interested in, if you don't see it, or if you have any questions or whatever, don't hesitate to contact me. My email address is also in the notes. But the clip then is regularly $10 an ounce, but I have it on special for 8. So 8 and 10 until the end of the month. So there's the pretty fibers again. It'll just come to you just like that, with the bunny's name, whether it's clipped or plucked. And that's just a preference thing. Some people will say, well, which one's better? And I just give it a little hand card, just a little to line up the fibers and spin it. And I don't notice much difference at all when I'm spinning. So some people have a preference. It blends beautifully. It takes dye amazingly. So you can dye it any color you want. And I'll say what breed the rabbit is. Some of them are, like I said, are a blend. And then my yarns are normally $30 a skein for 100 yards, approximately 1 ounce. And I have it on show special till the end of the month at $25 a skein, normally $30. So I've got some show specials going on, lots of different colors, and they'll be on um, when you go to the link to my business. It'll have the different colors, but I've also got some that aren't on there yet. So we're still working on getting it up and running. I want to thank my daughter and the videographer so much for all of her help, because I'm not a techie at all. So she's really been great. And then I would, go to events and people would go, the yarn is just so yummy. It's so natural. It feels amazing, but I have no idea what I would make. So I have come up with some patterns that I've developed to use my yarn with. And so I call them yarn kits. The little earbud keeps falling out of my ear. I think my ear's shaped funny because it keeps wanting to spit it out. But these will come in any color that you want. This one just happens to be white, but whoops, you'll see that it comes in a really pretty little gossamer bag, and there'll be a skein or two, depending on which kit you get, a skein or two of the yarn that you need, and a pattern that I've developed is in there too. And that's to make little fingerless gloves. You see how cute they are. And one skein will make a pair. You'll have just a little tiny bit left over, but it uses almost that entire skein. So you can see how amazing the fluff, the more you touch and rub and touch Angora, the more it blooms. We call it nature's fun fur, fun fiber, because it just the more you touch it and move, the more that bloom comes out. Even as little as 20%, if you would decide to buy some raw fiber and blend it, you can go as low as 20% and still get beautiful bloom. But at 100%, you can see how amazing it is. And it's 7 times warmer than sheep's wool. So what I like to do with these little fingerless gloves is wear those little stretchy, like $1.50 gloves that you can get. And then I'll just put these on over top of it. And it's just yummy. And you'll keep that in mind when you buy the yarn for any pattern that you want to do. Keep the pattern really, really simple. Because of this bloom, you can spend a lot of time doing beautiful lace. And I do love to use Angora with lace, but the more it moves, the less you can see the lace pattern. So just do something really simple like these. This is, kind of a rib pattern. So those are the fingerless gloves, and that's one of my kits. Is a single skein kit. Normally, it's $35, but it's on show special for $30. And then I developed a little ear warmer, and it does have a little bit of a knit pattern to it. It's kind of a little wavy leaf pattern. And there again, the skein of yarn and the pattern to make it comes in this really pretty gossamer bag. And again, that's normally $35, but on show special for $30. And this runs until the end of the month. Free shipping for all orders over $100. And that's just till the end of the month. And then my last kit is a beautiful cowl. It's a 2 skein kit. And the pattern matches the fingerless gloves. So you can make a cute little set. And so this kit comes with the two skeins of 100% CountryDream Acres Angora rabbit yarn. Comes with a pattern, all in this nice little gossamer bag. And that is normally $65, but I have a show special for $55. And that runs until the end of the month. I just finished this one. I previously sold my sample, so I just finished this one. So you can see the difference between this one and the mitts. The mitts have been all over, and everybody's touched and rubbed them and tried them on and everything like that. But you can see this one is just starting to get a little bit of a bloom going because of it's just freshly made and hasn't been touched a whole lot. Just 2 shows is all. But that's all the natural. And one thing I do want to say is that these are natural, the natural colors of the bunnies, and the bunnies will vary from year to year, from clip to clip. And so the name of the bunny is the dye lot. So you might want to keep the same bunny. If you want, you like black and you like Cable, the name of the bunny is Cable. You might want to get as many skeins as you want of Cable, because it will maybe, homogenize and blend a little better. But just know there's going to be natural color variations because that's just the way they're made. That's the way the animals are. So that's, to me, that's part of the beauty. But like I was saying, if you like all one color and you want it to be a lot more homogeneous, you can dye it. And you can, I mean, of course, white is the go-to for dyeing, but you can over dye any of the colors, get a really pretty brown and over dye it with a green or something would be really, really pretty. So, just go crazy. You can go crazy dyeing with the Angora just like you do with sheep wool. And what's really nifty is it takes the dye differently and it's a little more muted. So whatever color you normally go for, it's going to be a little different when you use your Angora, and that can be super fun too. And if you've got a blend, all the different fibers in your blend will take the dye in a different way, and that can make a really pretty heathery fabric when you knit it up or weave it. So just it's super fun. Angora fiber is just the yummiest, most warm, decadent luxury fiber. Just it's wonderful, and I really encourage you to try it if you've never tried Angora before, both with spinning and with knitting or crochet with it, because weaving too. It's amazing, super strong for its delicate as it is. So there, between the yarns and the kits and the fiber, I am also a Spinolution and Babe spinning wheel dealer here in the state of Nebraska. And if you have any questions, go ahead and let Elizabeth know, and then she can tell me. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. Okay, so here's the Spinolution Echo spinning wheel. I love the Spinolution wheel. It's a laminated wood. You can see all the different layers. It's laminated, and then it's laser cut, so it's super precise. And then we have the beautiful golden whirl back here. So you can see the different levels of the pulley for the different ratios. And we've got a lot of ratio possibilities depending on which head you've got. This is the 4-ounce head. What's really super wonderful about Spinolution, and the reason that I really love Spinolution and Babe wheels is because they're American made. They're made right here in the USA, and I love to promote that. They're also kind of a funky looking wheel, kind of quirky and funky, and I kind of all down with quirky and funky. Spider's kind of my little mascot because they are the ultimate spinner and weaver. So I've kind of, all of my wheels tend to sport a spider. This one is the Echo, Spinolution Echo. Mike Polly, who is one of the inventors of the wheel, has invented the Polly winder, and that works like a fishing winder, where it'll evenly distribute as you're spinning, so you don't have to move hooks. And so that's why this flyer looks a little bit unusual. This is called the Polly winder, and I love it because it evenly distributes that single up and down your bobbin, so you don't have to keep moving your hook and you don't get those bloops and stuff like that. And it really helps balance your spinning. So it's super wonderful. What's really nice, how easy it is to change bobbins because it's magnetic. So you just slide it in, you can hear it click and it's on, and this click and it's on, and you're ready to go. And it was just that fast to switch out a bobbin. So super wonderful. The Echo is 13 pounds, super travelable and very easy to handle. What's also extra special about Spinolution is how modular they are. If you unscrew this right here, this whole assembly, you can see right here the divider. This whole thing will come off, and then you can switch out different flyer, whole different maiden. So this is a 16-ounce, and they're just the same. This is also a poly winder on here, and you can either use a tube orifice or you can use hook orifice, and they both come when you order the wheel. You'll get both, so you can switch out if you prefer a tube orifice, or if you prefer a delta orifice. You can just switch them out as you want to. They're all magnetic, super easy to use. You can notice that the treadles are super far apart, so your knees aren't stuck together, and the treadling is effortless, very quiet. I don't have the drive band on, but you can see I'm just pushing a little bit and how easy it is to treadle. These are just amazing, tireless, super easy, lots and lots of ratios, and then lots of size. You can do super bulky all the way down to super fine. And again, like here's the 16 ounce, the golden whirls. See all of the ratio options on there. And this is, like I said, this is a 16 ounce, and we do have a 32 ounce as well. And then this wheel is the Firefly. It's our electric wheel. And you can order the base. And if you get like the Echo and a couple of different maidens, just like I did, oops, get it to hop in there. There we go. But you can see just boom, just like that, how easy it is to switch out the maidens, different sizes that you might want to do. I love to ply with my electric. It has a 14-hour charge on it. So you just charge it overnight, and then it can run, without any plugs for 14 hours. Nice and quiet, beautifully spins, nice and evenly. So if you have any knee issues or any problems, or you just like the efficiency of electric, I highly recommend the Firefly. And I can go through different pricing and stuff like that. They do so. Spinolution also has some really fun accessories. This is the Lazy Kate. There are pins that go right in here, which I did forget to bring to the showroom here. But this will fit right here, which can also be your handle, but it'll fit right on there and lock. And then you have an onboard Lazy Kate, and it kind of looks a little bit like a little spaceship. Like I was saying, funky and quirky. I love it. And so your bobbins would fit right here, and you just bring them around for plying. Or if you like yours to be sitting next to you on the floor, you just spin the legs out, and then you can set it on the floor with your bobbins and then ply. So they've really done a lot of really interesting, wonderful thought and interesting developments for like the Lazy Kate. There's also a skein winder that will fit right on the front. And then you can treadle and wind your skeins that way too. So lots of fun accessories that you can get in Spinolution too. They got a spinning chair, super wonderful spinning chair, and lots of different really neat designs. You should go on Spinolution just to look at the different designs because they're so fun. And my other brand of wheel is the Babe spinning wheel. So the Babe wheel comes in many different sizes. It's primarily a Irish tension or a bobbin lead wheel. You just string it up over the bobbins, and then that's how those, are it's a tension, a type of tension. But we've also got where if you prefer Scotch tension, they've also have where you can change out just by right here. This whole assembly will come off, and then this assembly will sit on, and you can see how it sits backward a little farther. And so the drive band would go up and over, and then you've got your Scotch tension because that's attached to your flyer. So a flyer lead normally is bobbin lead. So super options there, lots of also modular and the production wheel, this is the bigger production wheel. It has even their helix level wind, which acts like that fishing line. The Spinolution has the poly winder, and the Babes have the helix level wind. And this is what that looks like, the helix level wind, and you just string it up through around, and it just runs right up and down there nice and even, just slick, super fun. So this is the production wheel. And then you've also got the Babes fiber starter. They have another wheel, a smaller wheel called the Pinky, and they have a bigger wheel called the Bulky. There's also electric wheels with Babe as well. Now these are made in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin by B. Hahn. She took over the business from Nels Weiberg. He's the one who developed it in '96, and then she bought the business from him when he retired. And these are all handmade. They travel so easily. They're super lightweight because they're made with PVC pipe and a wheelchair wheel. So they spin effortlessly. And what's really nice about these is you can't hurt them. If they fall over and the flyer falls off, you just go pick it up and put it back on. No harm, no foul. They spin if it's humid, they spin if it's dry. You can take them anywhere and know they aren't going to get hurt. They're a great travel wheel for that reason. And they really hold their value. Some people like to, take these as a travel wheel. Some people are not entirely sure if they're going to really like spinning. So it's a great wheel to, get you started spinning. And if you really like it, then you can like sell that one and get you a different like a Spinolution wheel. I like them for both, they both spin. I've got miles and miles and miles of yarn spun by both. And when you put them out, the skeins of yarn that I've done, you can't tell which wheel that made which skein of yarn, so it's all in what you're looking for in a wheel, function over form is what the Babe motto is. Another thing that I like to do besides, I love spinning, I love all things fiber, but I also love to sew. And so I like to make the little baskets, like the little baskets that are holding the yarn. They're just a little fabric basket with a nice little foamy middle. They hold their shape. So you can also, take them with you. You can see what this one looks like. And I'm happy to do them in any fabric that you like. They're approximately 15 by 6 by 4, I think. And normally $30. I have them on for $25 through the end of the month. I also have like little project bags. I like to do like a little project bags, all different types and styles. We call this one the squishy bag because it's got like the little handle on this side and you can roll it down. All of my bags are fully lined. You can roll it down and have your projects inside, and you don't have to worry about the zipper catching on anything. And it's nice and deep, so everything will sit down inside there. And then when you're done, you can just whip the little top back up again and zip it shut, and you're ready to go. There's a little red, white, and black. And these are 30. So you can just say, I saw some fabric. I would like it to be blue and white. I can show you some different samples that I have. I'm happy to custom make one. I can also, I'm hoping to get more pictures up on my business. Some of the bags and baskets and stuff haven't gone on. So if there's one that you've seen here and you say, well, there was one that was like, it had wine and grapes, then I'll know which one you're looking for. And I'm happy if you just reach out to me on email or through my business. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have about, anything about Angoras, about, the baskets, about the fiber, about Spinolutions and Babe wheels. Does anybody have any questions?
How many animals did you say you had at the start? I'm sorry, I missed that.
A lot. I never really tell my husband, I don't breed them anymore. So I don't offer rabbits for sale. I used to have rabbits for sale, but I'm not breeding right now. So I do have a static number, and I'm thinking it's right around 44.
Wow.
I know I have 18 bucks because I had to count. Out in my barn, I separate the does and the bucks in the summer. So it's more open and airy. So everybody's got a lot of airflow around them. But in the winter, to help with them staying warmer and just consolidating it and making it a little easier, I put everybody on the same side of the barn. And so I was counting cages to see how many I was going to need. And I know that I have 13 bucks. And I do have 6 Holland lops, and they're little short-haired little dwarf bunnies that were left over from the kids' 4-H. And I still have them, and they're my little sweet snuggle bugs. They, of course, don't have the long wool. So they do count in the numbers there, but they're the short hair ones and don't take quite as much maintenance.
Gotcha. I have to interrupt for 2 seconds. It's going to try and bump us out again here. So
okay.
Everybody just come right back in. I'm going to restart the meeting. Apologies for this. Okay. There we go.
Okay. So I had someone ask me more about how to switch out the flyers on the Spinolution. So this is this little screw pin, and it just looks like this, obviously without a spider. That's my addition, but a little nut and a little screw, and that just comes right out this back right there. And then that just lifts right off. And this is the 4-ounce plier that you can see. And then say I wanted to do some plying, or I'm going to do some bulky yarn, and I want to put my 16-ounce on. So it just sits right down in there like that. And I'll just put my, don't forget my little nut, it jumped off of there. And it just screws back in, slick as a wink. And then you just grab your drive band, whip it up, bring it down and around, and wazam, you're ready to go. So this is a 16-ounce. You can put an 8-ounce bobbin on the 16-ounce plier, and I have 8-ounce bobbins. One thing about the Spinolution is free shipping in the lower 48. So when you order your wheel, get all of the accessories and extra bobbins and stuff that you want at the same time. It's all free. Because if you order it later down the road, then you'll have to pay shipping on your accessory. So I do highly recommend that, you know, like with what I did was I got the wheel, and then I ordered the 4-ounce, which comes with 3 4-ounce bobbins. And then I ordered the 16-ounce, which comes with 3 16-ounce bobbins. I also ordered 3 8-ounce bobbins because they'll fit on the 16-ounce. And so I can do, you know, like 2 full 8-ounce bobbins and then ply them onto my 16-ounce. And then of course you can get, if you like to do super bulky, you can get your 16-ounce and then ply it onto the 32-ounce, which is, you know, nice and big. And this base will support it. We do have our great big Monarch, which is a nice studio wheel, and she's super heavy, 32 pounds, and she's modular like this one too. You can get beautiful wood burning decorations that they'll do on the wheel for you if you before, you know, like if you want to order that with the wheel, and it's just stunningly beautiful. I opted not to, but it is beautiful. So that's also an option that you can get. So let's see, are there any other questions that anybody has?
Your yarn, would you say it's like a fingering weight or?
Yeah, it's around a sport weight, about a sport weight.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you know, like, you know, 4, 5, 6 is usually the size, you know, knitting needles that I use. I like to use more like an FG hook when I crochet with it.
Thank you very much, Diane. We appreciate it.
Thank you. And like I said, if anybody has any questions, just reach out to me, email. You can also reach me out. Like I said, I'm on Facebook. You can send me an instant message. Country Dream Makers is also on Facebook, so you can like the page. And I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. And I will be back next Friday at the same time, 5 to 5:30. I hope to see you then too. Tell everybody.
Thank you, Diane.
Thank you.